Hey guys, Alex from Team FPS here, and the last 4 digits of my social security number is... Hey guys, Alex from Team FPS here, and Paul and I have a new theme duel for you. We're gonna be playing these 2 decks, Warrior Strike and Spellcaster's Command, 2 starter decks from the 2010 era of Yu-Gi-Oh! An era many of us don't remember anymore, and some of us never even played.
Now here's the fun surprise though. We have not 1, but 2 of these decks.
These decks are gonna be almost optimal.
Yeah, so we're gonna be able to put these together. 3 was too expensive to buy. If you guys would just like the videos more, subscribe and comment more, then maybe we could afford a 3rd one. It'll be fun. Let's get it going then.
Spellcaster's Command, tuned up and ready to duel. Let's break this bad boy open. Best way to learn the game. Right here. All right, let's get started. Endymion, the Master Magician. You can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard by removing 6 spell counters from a magical citadel of Endymion you control. When you do, add 1 spell card from your graveyard to your hand. Once per turn, you can discard 1 spell card to destroy 1 card on the field. This is a decent boss monster.
Yeah.
That's a lot for you. And I remember I felt kind of scandalized when this card came out because I was like, man, they just power crept Dark Magician. Disenchanter. I don't know this one actually. Once per turn, you can remove 1 spell counter from anywhere on the field to return 1 face-up spell card to its owner's hands. That can be useful for returning my field spell and continuous spells if they're already in here. Defender. I remember Defender. When this card is normal summon, place 1 spell counter on it, max 1. Once per turn, if a face-up spellcaster type monster on the field will be destroyed, you can remove 1 spell counter from a card you control from each of those monsters instead. Hannibal Necromancer. What a weird looking card. When this card is normal summoned, place 1 spell counter on it, max 1. You can remove 1 spell counter from this card to destroy 1 face-up trap card. 1 face-up trap card. Summoner Monk. We all know Summoner Monk. I'm not gonna explain Summoner Monk. We all love Summoner Monk. Dark Red Enchanter. I don't know this one. When this is normal summoned, you place 2 spell counters on it. Each time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card. It gains 300 attack for each spell counter on it. Once per turn, you can remove 2 spell counters from this card to make your opponent discard 1 random card. I find it interesting so many of the cards so far had limited their spell counter numbers to 1, but some are like, just put any number on me. It's okay. Skilled Dark Magician. Each time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card, max 3. You contribute this card with 3 spell counters on it to special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Kind of out of place in here in a way. I don't know. Our Apprentice Magician, that's not a new thing. We like Apprentice Magician. This is a useful card. And it's 2 of them. Old Vindictive. Powerful removal. Magical Marionette, a kind of almost like boss monster when you're in some pain, because you can place 1 spell counter on this card and it gains 200 attack for each spell counter on it. So, and it has the effect if you remove 2 spell counters on it, you can destroy 1 monster on the field. Breaker the Magical Warrior, another flexible monster. You can place 1 spell counter on it and it gets 300 more attack, but then you could remove 1 spell counter on it to destroy 1 spell or trap card on the field. This is just a good card from this time period. It really was. Magical Plant Mandragola, it's spell counter. Royal Magical Library. There was an an FTK that used this, wasn't there? Yeah, Exodia, yeah. Blast Magician was a not quite as good one, but if you were playing this deck, you were definitely playing this card in it. It's not awful. Each time a spell card is activated, you can place a spell counter on this card. You can remove any number of spell counters from this card to destroy 1 face-up monster on the field with attack equal to or less than 700 times the number of counters you remove. Mythical Beast Cerberus. Each time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card. It gains 500 attack for each spell counter on it. If this card attacks or is attacked, remove spell counters from it at the end of the battle phase. Keiko, Master of Barriers. You can just remove stuff that's useful. Crystal Seer. It's Crystal Seer. Magical Exemplar. Each time a spell card is activated, place 2 spell counters on this card. Once per turn, you can remove any number of spell counters from this card to special summon a Spellcaster type monster from your hand or graveyard whose level is equal to the number of spell counters you remove. Then there's a field spell. Citadel of Endymion. You only have 1 copy of that. Each time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card. When a card with a spell counter is destroyed, place its spell counters on this card. Once per turn, if you would activate a card's effect by removing a spell counter from the card you control, you can remove spell counters from this card instead. If this card will be destroyed, you can remove 1 spell counter from this card instead. This is so important. It is so important to the deck. Spell Power Grasp, it's just spell counter support. Magician's Unite, powerful equip spell, well, not equip spell, but a powerful spell card from Magician decks. Mist Body is an equipped spell that just stops you taking battle damage. Malevolent Nuzzler, so old and so playable. Giant Trunade, isn't this card like Band or something. Fisher, good. Sword of Revealing Light. Mage Power, strong equip spell for Spellcaster decks. Terraforming to get my Citadel. Enemy Controller. Book of Moon. Magical Blast, what is this? Activate while you control a Spellcaster type monster. Inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Spellcaster type monster you control. If this card is in your graveyard, you can add it to your hand instead of conducting your normal draw during your turn. I don't love it.
It's not great.
But I could see it coming up if you're trying to get that extra little bit of damage on your opponent. Magical Dimension, very useful card. You could basically blink away a Spellcaster monster to destroy one of your opponent's monsters. Any of their monsters. It's just not bad at all. And it was a quick play, so you really could just trap your opponent with this card. Twister, useful removal. Field Barrier, this is how we protect our field spells. Magician's Circle, I have no idea what this does. I don't care. Pitchblock Power Stone, spell counter support. We have 2 of them here. Tower of Babel was an old card, but it's spell counter support, so I'll look forward to using that. We all love Magic Cylinder, but that is the deck. All right,
awesome, so you gotta take 2 of these, make a deck.
Yep, where is it?
Good luck, Duelist.
Thank you.
All right, I've got Warriors Strike today. It says, tuned up and ready to duel. So, Phoenix Gear Freed.
Jesus.
I always want to call him Gear Fried because that's what it looks like, but it's Phoenix Gear Freed. This is, man, it's like from 2010. The card's like a little beat up inside. Maybe this is a repackaged thing.
Oh no.
Anyway, it's treated as a normal monster while it's face up on the field or in the graveyard, but you can normal summon it to have it be treated as an effect monster. So yes, this guy's a Gemini. When your opponent activates a spell, you can select a Gemini monster from your grave and special summon it. Also, you can send one face up equip card you control to the graveyard and negate the activation of a spell or trap that targets a monster in the field and destroy it. Interesting thing, this is an old monster, so this isn't actually like a once per turn effect, so that's pretty cool. Evocator Chevalier is treated as a normal monster, but you can normal summon it to give it this effect. Send a face up equip card you control to the graveyard to destroy a card your opponent controls. Featherizer, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, you get to send a Gemini monster from your deck to the grave and then draw a card. Gemini Soldier, this is I think another one of the new cards in this deck.
Yep. When
you normal summon it, once per turn, if this card would be destroyed by battle, it's not, and after it battles, you can special summon a level 4 lower Gemini monster from your deck. So you gotta try to get this thing to fight, which is sort of tough, it's only got 500 attack. But those are the new cards.
Ooh, Spell Striker.
Yeah, now here's some of the older ones, like Spell Strikers. This is actually a pretty good card, like back in the day. Freed the Matchless General, I remember this from, I think, the original Warrior?
Yeah, I think it was in
Structure
there.
deck, maybe? Marauding Captain's an old classic, same with Exiled Force, DD Warrior Lady, Card Trooper. Gemini Summoner, during your opponent's end phase, you can pay 500 to normal summon or set a Gemini monster from your hand, or normal summon an existing Gemini. And it also gets that once per turn battle protection. So this is kind of cool. If you can keep this on the field, you can slowly summon your Geminis a little bit.
Okay, let's be real here though. How come Gemini's just never got like a field spell or continuous spell that would just do that for them?
Yeah, I think they kind of got equivalent, like rough equivalents. It was always kind of bad. Blazewing Butterfly. This one's actually one of my favorites. When you Gemini summon it, you contribute to summon a Gemini from your grave and it becomes like treated as if it was Gemini summoned. Yeah, so this is easier to summon than most Geminis, and so like, oh, you get 2 Blazewing Butterflies, that's cool. Regular DD Warrior, Future Samurai. So when it's Gemini summoned, you can remove from play a monster from your graveyard to destroy a face-up monster.
It makes me wonder, what was the like the in-lore idea of Geminis?
I don't know, I think it's supposed to be like hidden potential. Or maybe like there's like 2 sides to them, because it's like Gemini. Field Commander Roz, when it's normal or special summoned, you get to put a level 4 lower warrior on top of your deck. Dark Valkyria, he gets a spell counter. Oh, that's funny, I'm facing a spell counter deck, but he actually uses spell counters. She?
Probably she.
Probably she. Gets 300 attack for each one. You can remove a spell counter to pop a card. So it's a very slow Breaker the Magical Warrior type thing.
Whoa. Where's Command Knight?
Yeah, I didn't see it. It's not in here, I guess. Supervise. So this is the big equip spell that actually came out in this product for the first time. You equip it to a Gemini and immediately gets its effect. And then also when this face-up card goes to the grave, you can summon a normal monster from your graveyard, aka like most any Geminis. Mind Control. I think this is probably a pretty good reprint at the time. Burden of the Mighty. This is actually a really good one. Silent Doom. It summons a normal monster from your grave in face-up defense position. It cannot attack, so you're really just summoning it probably to like get Blazewing Butterfly or something like that. Hidden Armory, this is a pretty big deal. Send a card from the top of your deck to the graveyard and add an equip spell from deck or grave to hand, but you can't normal summon or set the turn you activate that effect. So it's kind of rough. Nightmare Steel Cage, MST, Ikibayo Drakmord, Reinforcement of the Army, Big Bang Shot, Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. It's actually a pretty cool equip spell because you can sort of recycle it. Double Summon, would let you summon a
pretty
Gemini again. Symbols of Duty, Swing of Memories, Unleash Your Power. All Gemini monsters that were on your side of the field gain their effect. During the end phase, they all get set. Dark Bribe, Kunai with Chain, which is an equip spell. Sakurasu Armor, Soul Resurrection, which summons a normal monster. Just Breaks, one of the better cards actually.
I remember that.
It's basically your mirror force for normal monsters, vaguely. Birthright, and Gemini Trap Hole. When a Gemini monster that's treated as an effect monster is destroyed by battle, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. That's fun. I'm gonna take this deck and put something together and we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. All right, duelists, so we both built our 2x structure decks. And I guess we'll roll a die to see who goes first.
No. There's a reason I gave you the flip.
Oh, the coin. Oh, you flip it then. I'm not good at flipping coins.
Heads you, tails me. Tails me.
All right, so you get to pick. You going first or second?
I'll be going first, and that means it's time to duel.
And you get to draw in the first turn. We'll play by the rules of when these decks were legal.
That was a thing.
Yeah, because they changed that. I think 2014 maybe. So
Jeez.
you can draw.
All
You
right.
go first.
My draw. I will normal summon Defender, the Magical Knight. When this monster is normal summoned, I can place one spell counter on it. Once per turn, if a face-up Spellcaster type monster on the field will be destroyed, I can remove one spell counter from a card I control instead.
Does it give it any attack?
No, it's just 1600, but I'll set one card face down and in my turn.
All right, I'm gonna draw for turn. 1600 attack, huh? In that case, I guess I'll start with this. I normal summon my card trooper in attack mode. So I can send up to 3 cards from the top of my deck to the graveyard to give him 500 attack for each until the end phase. I'm gonna activate his effect if his summon's okay.
His summon is okay.
I will send the top 3. Burden of the Mighty, Gemini Summoner, and Supervise. They go to the grave and he'll be 1900 attack. So I'm gonna enter battle phase and we'll attack Defender the Magical Knight with 19 to your 16.
When this monster will be destroyed, I can remove a spell counter and it stays.
I'll set 2 cards in main phase 2 and back to you. So he goes back down to, oh.
Before your turn ends, I'll just show you a little bit what I was saving. I activate my Pitch Black Power Stone.
Oh,
So now I can place 3 spell counters on this card. During each of my turns, I can move one spell counter from this card to another face-up card that I can place spell counters on. All right,
Your
my
move,
turn. Draw.
Card Trooper's back down to just 400 attack.
I will normal summon Breaker, the Magical Warrior, in attack mode.
Oh, I totally forgot. I need to put this thing back up on the TV. It'll make it look better.
And when I summon my Breaker, the Magical Warrior, I get to place one spell counter on it. This gives it 300 more attack. But beware, I can also remove a spell counter to destroy one spell or trap card on the field. Let's use my Pitch Black Power Stone. We're going to remove one spell counter from it and place it on my Defender, the Magical Knight. I don't like your face down cards, so I'll go ahead and use Breaker's ability right now. We'll remove one spell counter to destroy that face down card.
This face down card, darn, I just can't do anything with it. So it's my Kunai with Chain.
Sadly, that drops my Breaker's attack down by 1. But
I'll just push Black Power Stone and let you do that?
yeah, there's no limit. It's not once per turn.
Yeah.
We'll drop it down by 1 more and replenish my Breaker.
Or is it, actually? Wait.
Take a look. This is during each of your turns.
I think that means you can just do it once. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, let's look it up. I don't actually know,
I don't know,
because...
like without
I'll have to see what
modern
the
wording
new-
on things, it's kind of hard to be sure.
Okay, it's once per turn.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
their wording is weird.
All right. Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Attack Card Trooper.
Card Trooper has 400 attack. You've got 16. I'll take 12, but I will use Card Trooper's effect to draw 1 card when it's destroyed.
Not bad. But let's tack on some more damage with my Defender. I'll go ahead and end my turn there.
Oh, no face down cards, duelist?
Not this time.
I activate Reinforcement of the Army. I'll add a level 4 or lower warrior type monster from my deck to my hand. I'll get my DD Warrior Lady.
Oh gosh.
I'll set a card face down and end my turn.
Draw for turn then. Well, I am curious what you got going on back there. But for now, we're going to use Pitch Black Power Stone. Move one of its counters onto my Breaker. So its attack goes up to 1900 again.
Yeah, I always hate that he gains for that. That's the trouble with him.
Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Attack its face down card with 1900
Well, as you could have
attack.
guessed, it's DD Warrior Lady.
I wasn't actually sure it was going to be her, to be honest.
I'll use her effect. After she battles, we'll both get banished. And that's pretty good for me because honestly, I did not want him popping my back row.
That's fair. I guess on the upside, you're wide open. Defender, attack! And don't think you're out the woods yet, Paul. What's better than one defender?
Oh my god.
When I can
a
have
second
two.
one? Wow, so I just can't break through this.
And now I'll end my turn.
I draw Duelist. I'll normal summon my Dark Valkyria. It's got 1800, but it's a Gemini monster, so for now you don't have to worry too much about its effect. Enter battle and I'll attack Defender the Magical Knight.
I'll take 200 damage, and I will spend Defender's spell counter to keep it in play.
All right, back to you, Duelist.
Draw for turn. Oh.
Oh.
I apologize, Paul, but it seems this game doesn't want you in it much longer. I activate the spell card Terraforming.
Oh, here it
I can
comes.
add one field spell from my deck to my hand. The Magical Citadel of Endymion! And now I'll activate my field spell. Each time a spell card is activated, place one spell counter on this card. When a card with a spell counter is destroyed, place its spell counters on this card. Once per turn, if I would activate a card's effect by removing a spell counter from cards I control, I can remove spell counters from this card instead.
Right.
If this card will be destroyed, I can remove one spell counter from this card instead. Now, if only I had a way to generate a spell counter real quick. I know what to do. I activate Magicians Unite.
Oh.
I can only activate this card while I have two or more face-up position attack position spellcaster monsters. I can select one of them, and that monster's attack becomes 3,000 until the end of this turn. My other spellcaster monsters can't attack this turn, so I'll use it on this defender. That will also activate my Magical Citadel of Endymion, which will generate one spell counter. And now this defender's attack is 3,000. I'll go ahead and switch to my other defender's defense mode. Defender the Magical Knight! Attack Dark Valkyria! But I'll have to end my turn there.
I draw. Gotta set another monster face down. I'll end my turn.
Draw. I'll summon my Apprentice Magician. When it's summoned, I can place one spell counter on a face-up card that I can place a spell counter on. I'm gonna put it on my Pitch Black Power Stone. If he would ever be destroyed by battle, I could spell summon one level 2 or lower spellcaster monster from the deck and face down defense position. We're gonna move one spell counter off my Pitch Black Power Stone and place it on, oh, I'm out of those dice. One. You better have a weak monster down there because my defender's going right at it.
All right, you attack another DD Warrior Lady,
what the?
which means that we're, yeah, I got 2 copies of these structure decks.
Oh, come on.
We're banishing both.
But once again, you're wide open. Go, Apprentice Magician. Now end my turn.
Draw for turn, Duelist. Let's normal summon Evocator Chevalier. So right now it's only just a 1900 vanilla, but if I normal summon it, it'll let me send equip spells to the graveyard to destroy cards you control. Next, I'm going to activate Ikibayo Drakmord. I'm going to activate it and target your Apprentice Magician.
Just him?
Yeah, so the monster can't attack, and it'll get destroyed at the end of your second turn after this card is activated, and this will return to my hand.
Well, unfortunately for you, you gave my Citadel a spell counter.
Then I'll pass my turn there.
Draw. I'll activate Spell Power Grasp. I can place one spell counter on a face-up card that I can place spell counters on. Then I can add another Spell Power Grasp from my deck to my hand. Well, I played a spell card, so this already gains a third one. And now I'll place another spell counter on it.
You adding another Spell Power Grasp?
Yep. We'll switch my Apprentice Magician to defense mode.
So that's one turn of Ikibayo Drakmord. At the end of your next turn, this will return to my hand, and it will get destroyed. I'll set a card face down and pass back to you.
Draw.
If I bide my time, I can make a comeback.
I believe in you, but I also believe in Field Barrier. Field spells cannot be destroyed. Also, a new field spell cannot be activated. That gives me my 5th spell counter. How about I switch my defender to attack mode? Because I hate stalemates. So let's break it wide open with Mage Power.
Ooh, Mage Power, okay.
So it hits its 6th spell counter. And this will give a monster 500 attack and defense for each spell and trap card I control, which is currently 4.
Oh my god, that's huge. Okay, so he's 3,600.
Now, Paul,
Well,
I hope you're ready,
yikes.
because Defender's coming for you. Go to battle phase. Attack is Evocator Chevalier.
Yeah, okay, I'm at 1,900.
Now move to end phase.
All right, so my Ikibayo Drakmord will destroy Apprentice Magician and return to my hand.
Defender will say something about that. We're going to remove.
I think he has to remove his because he doesn't activate. He like just happens instead of destruction.
I guess. Cause
I think that's how that works.
Yeah,
but
it says if by removing a spell counter from the card. Right? Yeah, because we're not activating him.
yeah, he's one of those cards where it's like
It's
if it
automatic.
be destroyed, it sort of happens.
So I figured that makes sense.
All right, well, Ikibayo Drakmord will return to my hand. Because I'm assuming that's how that works.
He defeats
Draw.
the mightiest defending mage.
We'll activate Ikibayo Drakmord again, this time on Defender the Magical Knight. You can take your spell counter all you want. I just don't want him attacking. We'll set a card and another card.
Jeez.
And back to you. I'm gonna try to hold on in this duel.
I'm going to summon my Royal Magical Library in attack mode.
Oh.
It might have 0 attack, but I can use its effect immediately because of my Citadel of Endymion.
That's true.
I can remove 3 spell counters from this card to draw 1 card. I'll just take it from here. And now that's a card. We'll turn him to attack mode. And actually, I will do exactly what I didn't want to do. I gotta see what those cards are.
Okay.
So we're going into battle phase.
Okay, 400.
Apprentice Magician attack.
You attacked my Blazewing Butterfly. It's got 1500 defense.
Ow.
So you'll be taking 1100 damage, Duelist.
Royal Magical Library. Just flip it for me. Just attack.
Oh, wait, you're attacking with Royal Magical
If
Library?
it's a flip effect, I need it gone.
All right, it's Featherizer with 1100 defense, so you'll take 11.
I didn't want to get caught by
All
a flip
that
effect.
to see my field? Okay.
Yes. No hiding things from me.
Yeah. You couldn't just be like a sword revealing light? Just flip them face up, yeah?
I wish. I'll end my turn.
I draw Duelist. Normal summon my Blazewing Butterfly. So now it gets its effect, where it contribute itself to special summon a Gemini monster from my graveyard, and it'll already have its effect. Tribute it to special summon Evocator Chevalier. I'll go ahead and activate Evocator's effect, and we're going to send Ikibayo Drakmord to destroy Defender, the Magical Knight. Evocator's now going to attack Royal Magical Library. That's gonna end my turn, Duelist.
Draw. I play Spell Power Grasp. First, activating will give me a spell counter, but also its own effect will give me a spell counter.
Okay, so you're putting both on Citadel.
Actually, no, I'll only put 1 on Citadel, and I'll put the second one on Pitch Black Power Stone in case it comes up.
So Pitch Black's got 2, Citadel's got 6.
Yep. I activate the effect of Endymion, the Master Magician. By removing 6 spell counters from my magical Citadel of Endymion, I can special summon him from the hand or graveyard.
Oh dear, didn't expect him to actually show up.
And when I do so, I can add 1 spell card from my graveyard to my hand.
What's it gonna be? I don't even know what all spells you've activated.
I've got a couple
You've got a
in here.
few, yeah.
But to be honest, the only one I think I truly want right now is probably the Mage Power. Let's see if you can stop not 1, but 2 powerful monsters. I activate
God.
Mage Power and equip it to my Prince Magician.
Oh, Apprentice Magician, okay.
Endymion,
27.
attack!
We'll activate my Kunai with Chain. I'm gonna put it on a Evocator Chevalier. So first it's gonna change your monster to defense position, and then it gets equipped to my Evocator and gives it 500 attack points to put it at 2,400, which is tied with your Apprentice Magician.
Darn you.
Which isn't the worst thing for you, given that Apprentice Magician floats when it dies.
Apprentice Magician.
Oh, you're actually attacking? Okay.
Oh, I am definitely attacking.
Okay.
Attack Evocator Chevalier.
We'll both get destroyed. I don't want that.
Like you said, I float if I die.
Sakuretsu Armor.
What the heck?
Destroy the attacking monster. Say goodbye to Apprentice Magician.
Oh,
And
no.
Mage Power while we're at it.
I think I'll just set 1 card face down because I think this game is getting rough.
Not as good? Okay, well that's fine. My turn, Duelist.
Before my turn ends, I'm going to use my Pitch Black Power Stone and place a spell counter on my Citadel of Endymion.
Oh yeah, smart. You might want to, just in case.
Yep.
Protection,
my
you know?
My board state's a lot weaker now, so I've got to be more careful.
I draw. I'll special summon Spell Striker from my hand by banishing a spell from my graveyard, a reinforcement of the army. That allows me to special summon it to the field in defense position. But I'm tributing him and Featherizer.
What?
To summon my boss monster.
Oh no.
Phoenix Gearfried. He's a normal monster right now, he doesn't have an effect.
Oh.
Let's attack this card. And then Phoenix Gearfried, attack his face down.
Well, unfortunately, that was an Apprentice Magician.
Oh no, okay, yeah.
So it was destroyed by battle, which means I can special summon 1 level 2 or lower spellcaster type monster from deck face down defense mode. We'll be getting my old Vindictive Magician.
I'll activate Evocator's
no,
effect.
no.
I'm gonna send my equip spell, my
dang
Kunai
it.
with Chain, to destroy your face down monster. Because I really can't afford to lose any board board control at this point. Set one card face down.
I knew it was gonna have to
pass
happen
turn.
that way. Draw for turn. I'm going to activate Pitch Black Power Stone to move its spell counter to my Citadel. I summon Summoner Monk. If it's normal summon, it gets changed to the defense position. And then once per turn, I can discard one spell card to special summon one level 4 monster from my deck. It can't attack this turn.
You using it? I don't have anything
No.
to say. Oh, okay.
I play Magical Dimension.
Oh.
So Magical Dimension is going to pump this baby up by one more counter real quick. But its own effect says that while I control a Spellcaster type monster, I contribute one monster and special summon a Spellcaster monster from my hand. Then I can destroy one monster on the field. It had to be before Phoenix Gearfried got its effect.
Of
so
course.
I'm going to tribute my Summoner Monk to special summon Endymion, the Master
Oh my
Magician.
god. You had the perfect play to steal this.
Get rid of him.
Oh my god. You had the perfect play to steal this game.
Now then, 'cause I don't think he has any effects.
He doesn't
when
have
you
any
do it that
effects,
way.
but it's enough to kill me.
Enter the battle phase. Attack his monster.
Hey, I only have 300.
Yes.
No. I was so close. Next turn, I was going to summon Phoenix Gearfried, and his effect would start activating.
I didn't know what I'd do after that. My
Yeah,
hand
I
was
did just
looking
have
really
Mystical
weak.
Space Typhoon set.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to really help. All right, I'm taking the first move. I'll be drawing on the first turn.
That's always important to remember.
Set a monster face down and end my turn. We'll start
all you're
slow
going to
and
do, huh?
defensive for now.
Draw for turn. Well, I'm not a fan of defense. I prefer attack.
So, but since you're not a fan of defense, you'll never set an Apprentice Magician this game, you promise?
Nope.
That's the rule
I
we're
summon
following?
Breaker the Magical Warrior. I'll use his effect to gain a spell counter, and this attack is raised by 300 to 1900 points. And like I said, I'm here to break. Enter battle phase. Breaker, attack his face down card.
You attacked an old friend, my DD Warrior
I
lady.
freaking knew it.
We're both getting
I knew it.
banished.
I just knew. I knew I was going to lose this monster. This very high quality monster.
I know, it's a high value one.
I'll set 2 cards face down. Your move.
All right, I draw. Let's normal summon my Gemini Summoner. Once per turn during your end phase, I can pay 500 life points to normal summon or set a Gemini monster from my hand, or normal summon a face-up Gemini monster. But more importantly, once per turn, if this would be destroyed by battle, it's not destroyed. I'll attack you directly for 1500 with Gemini Summoner.
I'll take it.
Burden of the Mighty.
Oh my god.
Each face-up monster you control will lose 100 attack times its level. That's all.
Draw.
So hopefully there's enough for my Gemini Summoner to live.
Probably.
Because the longer he
Let's
lives...
try summoning my magical exemplar. Normally it'll be stronger than Gemini Summoner, but your Burden of the Mighty reduces attack points by, you said 100?
400, yeah.
Yep, so 400 altogether to be only 1300. But there's some use to this magical exemplar. She says that each time a spell card is activated, I can place 2 spell counters on this card. And once per turn, I can remove any number of spell counters from this card to spell summon a Spellcaster type monster from my hand or graveyard whose level is equal to the number of spell counters I remove. I'm going to activate the face down card, Enemy Controller. My magical exemplar will gain 2 spell counters real quick, and I'll switch your summoner to defense mode. Next, I activate my Spell Power Grasp. So
Okay,
she
this is
gains
it.
2 more counters, and I guess I'll just give her a 5th one for my Spell Power Grasp.
And you also get another Spell Power Grasp.
Yep. Why did I do that? You're banished, not in the graveyard.
Well, she can summon from hand or grave, so if there's something in your hand, then
That's a good point. There's
some
like,
use in that.
There's some use to that. That's true, that's true. Let's go ahead and use it. I'll use all 5 counters. I special summon the Magical Marionette. Exemplar, attack his summoner, and then Magical Marionette, finish it off. And now I'll just move to my end phase there.
All right, I'm drawing for turn Duelist. Normal summon Evocator Chevalier. So it's 1900 attack points, though it doesn't have its effect yet, or at least it didn't, until I activate my Supervise.
Oh.
I equip it only to a Gemini monster. It'll be treated as an effect monster and gain its effects.
Well, that's not the only thing gaining here. My exemplar gains 2 counters, and so does my Magical Marionette. Or is it 1?
I think he gets 1,
1,
she
yeah,
gets
that
2.
is.
Annoying as that is, it's not too big of a problem because
Why?
I'm going to enter the battle phase
Better not.
and we'll attack your Magical Marionette.
I activate the face down card. Book of Moon.
Oh dear.
She gains 2 more. It gains 1 more, and you get turned to face down defense mode.
Well, back to you then, Duelist.
Draw for turn. Exemplar. Attack his face down monster.
Yeah, it's Evocator.
Marionette. Attack for 1900.
19.
And then I'll set 1 card
Sucks.
face down. What do you do? Oh, okay. I'll end my turn there.
I draw. I'll set this card face down and pass.
My draw. Finally. I've been waiting. My magical Citadel of Endymion.
No.
I activate Spell Power Grasp. So my
Smart of
Citadel
you to
gain
wait on
1.
that Spell Power Grasp for the
Yeah, I
field
figured it was a
spell.
good idea. She will gain 2 more for up to 6. This will gain a 3rd. And Spellcraft Rasp will give its extra counter to my Endymion. I don't like it to a face down monster. We're gonna activate Magical Marionette.
Oh my god, okay.
Move 2 counters to destroy a monster on the field. What is it?
It's just my Featherizer.
Wait, did it even have an effect yet?
When it's destroyed by battle, I get to send a Gemini from deck to grave and draw a card.
And it itself is not a Gemini. Okay.
Yes, it's another one that's not a Gemini card.
Exemplar and Marionette. Attack! And now I'll move to end phase.
I'll draw for turn, Duelist. Let's normal summon this. My Blazewing Butterfly. It's a Gemini monster, but of course it does not have its effect. At least until I activate my Supervise.
Again?
Yes, I can equip it to a Gemini monster, make it be treated as an effect monster. It'll gain its effect. Unfortunately, you do get some counters.
This will get its 3rd. She will gain 8, or her 8th one.
She gets a little scary at some
Magical
point.
Marionette will get a 2nd one. So my board state is even stronger now. But at the
Now I'm
cost
going
of
to activate Blazewing Butterfly's effect though. Tribute it to summon a Gemini monster from my grave with its effect. We're summoning Evocator Chevalier. And it actually has its effect, though there aren't any equip spells. But more importantly, Supervise will activate and summon a normal monster from my grave as well. So I can get my Blazewing Butterfly. I'll activate my Divine Sword Phoenix Blade.
Oh my god.
I'm going to equip it to Evocator. Unfortunately, that's going to give you more spell counters, but it will give me 300 attack points. So now he's gaining 6 but losing 5?
Yes. So
that actually is 21. Oh, I didn't even help myself at all.
Yeah, it actually made it slightly worse.
Okay, well, I'll activate Evocator's effect then.
I freaking knew it, yeah.
I'll just send Divine Sword and destroy Magical
You
Marionette.
could have let him live.
Blazewing Butterfly attacks Magical Exemplar. And Evocator's going to attack for 1900. Your move, Duelist.
All right, well, my board state is mostly empty. Let's draw a card.
Oh, I think her counters do go on this though.
Oh, yeah,
Both
yeah.
of their counters do.
Oh my god.
Is that, I don't know if it's a once thing. I think it might just be all the
Forgot.
time.
Oh, let's see. There it is. When a card with spell counters is destroyed, place its spell counters on this card. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know he had 3.
She had 10.
She had 10? Okay.
Yeah.
And that has 17?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
I summon Royal Magical Library. So I'll go ahead and use its effect. I'll use Endymion's effect to take the counters from there and draw a card. But I'm not done yet because I remove 6 counters and special summon Endymion, the Master Magician. When I do that, I'm allowed to target 1 spell card in my graveyard and add it to my hand. Let's get the enemy controller. We're going to now activate Endymion's effect. Once per turn, I can discard a spell card, where you choose Magician's Unite, target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Blazewing Butterfly. And I'm not done yet, because now I play the enemy controller I just got. Will tribute my Royal Magical Library to take control of your Evocator Chevalier.
No, this sucks. Typical Citadel counter shenanigans.
And now, enter the battle phase. Evocator, Chevalier, and Endymion. Attack directly!
Good game, well played. That was fun though. It all came down to just Magical Marionette destroying my Featherizer, because I think if I'd been able to send a Gemini with Featherizer, I could have, and drawn a card that might have helped too. I could have maybe made a comeback, but that's okay. It was well played. Hopefully you enjoyed it though. Leave a thumbs up if you did. We appreciate it.
I had a great time, so you guys should probably try this out too if you haven't yet.
Yeah, let us know if you'd like to see a few more retro structure decks. These are ones from like 2010, and there's plenty more where that came from. I remember stuff like the 6 Samurai deck, the Dragunity deck.
I love the 6 Samurai deck.
The like Divine Dragon Lords. Like there's a lot of stuff from that era that I've been looking into doing. So yeah, give it thumbs ups, maybe 5,000 thumbs ups, and we'll do another one. Maybe we'll do another
Only
one.
5?
I don't know if that's a lot or a little. I haven't really paid any attention. Like the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Pass
turn.